I'm a son of an alcoholic father, and men out there, you have a tendency, as I did, Lord knows, wearing a mask 24/7. Yeah, you're scared to show your raw, authentic self because you're ashamed of it, and you'd rather put a mask on than really showing your feelings. If you're angry, upset, discontent, no, you put on a mask where you're happy. Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, great, 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 great. And the cost, I want to look at here, the cost of wearing a mask all the time. Okay, a mask all the time to deal with other people. And often this is our problem when we have a father who's an alcoholic, who was my father's not living anymore, but he was an alcoholic. A good part of my life as a kid. Okay, so finding what I'm going to try to do today is give you some pointers, 3 pointers to help you stop wearing the mask and to have the courage to take off the mask and show your real self. Pretty good deal? Okay, well, and we're going to put some music in here too. I have my guitar right beside me. I'm going to throw a little song at the end. So stay in my little song because I do believe music can help resonate with you more than maybe words can. Okay? So I just want you, do you remember when I said the t-shirt? How, and I just want to touch on that again. Remember I said that you're 10 years old, you wear a t-shirt that you maybe loved. However, now that you're 25 years old and you're a young man, can you wear that t-shirt now? No, you're too grown. And I think everybody understands that. Okay? Well, then why in God's light would you keep on seeing the world as a child still? Have you thought about that? Why in God's light would you be still looking at the world as a 25-year-old man with a child's eyes who was 10 years old when he was traumatized, or when daddy was drinking and it was just so scary and you didn't know if he loved you, you didn't know if you were safe, so you were always on the edge trying to be the best person, trying to be the perfect son, or trying to, maybe you acted out because you're like, I need to know, I need my parents to look at me. I don't know how you acted, but still you were traumatized. And a lot of us are now adults, but we're still looking through life with those eyes that come from a child. And that is the mask. They're all related. So I think this resonates with you big time. You might be doing it. No, you are doing it. You're wearing a mask a lot and you're scared. So I'm going to maybe start with, I'll go into an example when I was scared, and it just happened maybe a month ago. So I'm just saying it's still affecting me, but I'm waking up right now, so that's why I want to share the insight I have with you. Okay, I was at a doctor's appointment, and because I'm presently on a burnout, yeah. And I realized that the doctor, he was a doctor, and you gotta give respect to the doctor. So I was vulnerable that day. I just basically said that I had a big fight with my daughter, and she really threw some commentary at me that hurt me. And then I'm vulnerable right now because I'm on a burnout. So I started crying, and I started asking, and then I started putting okay, I'm not a good father. No, I'm not a good, and then I'm a teacher, so I'm on a burnout. So maybe I'm not a good teacher either. That's why I'm on a burnout. And started rolling off. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not this. And so I said, God, can you take me? Okay, God, can you take me? And I was crying nonstop. And I explained that to the doctor. And he said, well, the next month, I'll give you another month off. But the next month, I want you to start back to work. And that hurt me so much. I just said I was maybe suicidal. And he said, why don't you go back to work? Not this month, but the next month. So what do? I put a mask on and said, oh, okay, I understand. And well, this month I will think about going back to work. And I shook his hand and I left. Okay, have a good day. But when I got home, I could not get over a doctor would do that. So, and I just couldn't get over it. So I'm just saying, I'm at a point right now where I don't want to wear that mask anymore. And I did it. And then when I got out, I was frustrated with myself. So the next month, I went back to the doctor. He said, how are you doing? And right from the get-go, I said, I want to talk about our last appointment together. I still understand I was borderline suicidal, asking God, please take me. And you just say, oh, you need to go back to work. Like you're not even listening to me. What is that? And then he said something. He said, well, I thought if it was really true, you would have talked about buying a gun, having a rope. And I said, are you serious? It's all interconnected. Or whether we talk about it or we plan it, it's still interconnected. And it means clearly we're not ready for work. And then he finally said, okay, I apologize, Patrick. Maybe I was taking out on you because I was frustrated with another colleague and I took it out on you. I'm sorry. I said, okay. So, you see just what happened? Two things happened. One, I wore a mask to not say my real thoughts. And I didn't feel good about it after. I felt embarrassed. Why didn't I say my real thoughts? And maybe you're not there yet because you're still so scared. But I'm at a different place. I'm like, okay, I'm going back to the next meeting. I'm not going to wear a mask. I was really conscientious. He's going to hear my true thoughts. And I did communicate what I truly thought. And at the end of it, he apologized, the doctor, and explained why he might have made a mistake, and he really apologized, and I felt an inner peace inside. Like he does. He does respect me. I am respected, and I said the truth. So I just want to touch on wearing the mask. Wearing that mask. You basically, it's basically, you might think wearing the mask is safe. But again, you're seeing the world with your 10-year-old boy's eyes. Because your 10-year-old boy needed safe. He was 10 years old. He couldn't live by himself. He needed safe. But you're a 25-year-old or you're older, 35, 45, 55, 65. And you don't need safe. You have complete control of your life now. Complete control. The child, I could understand. The father's drinking and everything. He needed safety, and he was scared. I was that boy, and I understand. But that's not us today. So please don't beat yourself up. Okay? Give yourself love and just start realizing it. That is true. I can't wear that t-shirt that I wore as a kid because I'm outgrown. Maybe, to be honest, that child that was scared of, he had to be safe. Maybe I can let go of that too. And my father's love that I may not have gotten enough of. Maybe I can choose to love myself. Because self-love is the highest love that you need to feel inner peace, self-love as an adult, okay? So just realize the raw truth that you have inside you, like the raw truth I had towards that doctor. It was just honest, being honest with my feelings. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you might think the raw truth about you is ugly. That's a myth. Again, that's the child speaking out of a grown man. You're not 10 years old. You're not 4 years old. You're not 15 years old anymore. You're a grown man. Life has changed. You now have control. You can control the safetiness. And you can open up to people, people with what you truly think, and let go. I need them to like me. You don't. If you need them to like you, is because you don't have any love in you towards yourself. That's why you need it. But if you love yourself, you should say, if they're true friends, they will accept that I have an opinion that's different. I'll say that again. If they're true friends, they should accept I have an opinion that is different. Okay? So I'm just, think about it. And maybe what you could do, I'm going to ask you, if this resonates with you, could you press the like button and subscribe, because more is coming. But also, could you share a commentary? I would love to read. And it basically is, what is one unfiltered truth? Basically, one unfiltered truth about yourself that you had a mask on for. Yeah, you had a mask on. And if you can't, if that feels too big for you, just repeat, explain to me why. Do you agree with this concept that self-love is more important than getting love from maybe my mother or my father? Is that true? I think it is. As a man, yeah, because maybe mom and dad have problems that they never worked on. But I've already said, get the guitar out. I've already said, choose to be the man that your father didn't choose to be. Stop wearing the mask. Get out the raw truth. Stop looking through the eyes of a child and realize you're now a man. Take off the mask and explain how you feel. Remember love for oneself is the best. Truly is. It's the best. Okay? So, and I believe that. I truly do. Loving yourself is the most powerful. It's gonna change something inside you the more you do it. Okay? So I'm gonna leave you here. But again, like button, subscribe, and you get more of these. And share, be vulnerable with me in the commentary. Like I'm vulnerable with you. Share a mask experience that you decided to take off. And oh my God, it wasn't that bad finally. I was honest. I shared my vulnerable thoughts and they accepted me. Okay? Well, until next time, peace and love. Bye bye.